Welcome into the Wake Up Sports Podcast, guys. We are having a special guest, but he will be on later. But, guys, I'm going to throw it over for our sponsors to Wonderful.
All right, everyone. Thank you for everyone for joining. I'm gonna give a shout out to Jerky Pro. Use our code Wake Up Sports Podcast. Get the best jerky in the business. They have a great variety. They are so good. Everyone just buy them. Also, shout out to SeatGeek. For use our code Wake Up Sports, and you get $20 off of your first purchase. Also, shout out to W Energy for no crash. Great tasting product. If you need to focus, get a paper done, or just, have to go on a long journey, get yourself some W Energy.
Exactly. And also, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. You guys can basically bet on anything in certain states, except a couple states, which is kind of great. But guys, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Use our code Wake Up Sports Podcast. In the wide world of sports, guys, we have a lot to talk about. The first thing we got is in the wide world of sports is the pummeler horse guy Steven Norsick will be joining Dancing with the Stars this season. If you guys don't know who that is, that was the Olympian that was for the U.S. that that was in the Olympics with the men's gymnastics team. The dude that had the glasses. And guys, second story. This is kind of like a controversial. This is kind of a controversial story that's going on right now. World number one, Jekin Skinner will not be suspended after testing twice positive for a banned substance. And the crazy thing is, the International Texas Integrity Agency announced in a statement on Tuesday that Skinner bore no fault or basically tested positive for these two steroids, which was collected March 10th at the Indy Wells tournament, and further samples 8 days later had lower levels. Also, the third story I have is Nikola Jokic's brother, Stikan Jokic, has been charged with third-degree assault following the viral video of him punching a Lakers fan in the face. So
That's crazy.
I mean, hey, he got charged, but
right.
And that's it for the wide world of sports. For my Chicago Bears, we actually made a couple trades. The first trade that we made yesterday was the Bears sent a 6th round pick for outside linebacker Darryl Taylor, who had 21.5 sacks entering the league in 2020, which was crazy. Also, the Bears defensive tackle Douglas Coleman III, who was injured in the beginning of the third quarter while making a tackle and stretchered off the field, had to stay overnight in a Kansas City hospital, but he did fly back with the team on Friday. And then the big trade that we made today was the Bears will be sending a 2025 6th round pick to the Cleveland Browns for Chris Williams and a 2026 7th. Also, what we're getting from the Browns. Also in Bears news, we went undefeated in preseason. I know this sounds crazy, but I know the jinx for the NFC teams to go undefeated, because the last time this happened was basically when Wonderful's actually Detroit Lions went 0-16 that season. So I'm hoping it's not a jinx. Basically, in the first drive with Tyson Badgett, he went down the field and scored a rushing touchdown from 5 yards out. And and then at the tail end of the third quarter, we had Ronnie Stewart had a pick six for 46 yards all the way to the house for another 6 points. And then our player of the game, Velas Jones, had 13 carries, 111 yards, and 1 touchdown. And also he had a 39-yard rushing touchdown to basically seal the game. And the Bears won that game. I think it was that's crazy. I do not have the score. I do not have the score on here. But the Bears did win that game. Oh, here it is. The Bears won the game 34-21 against the Chiefs.
Very nice.
Let's throw it over to Wonderful for some esports.
All right, we do have quite a bit for esports, but we're going to start off. I keep forgetting to mention this. I'm also doing Rice Owls news because that is my team. So we're going to start off. Rice Owls new wide receiver Graham Walker, half brother of Patrick Mahomes, is transitioning to a new position from wide receiver to tight end because I mean he's a tall guy. I think he's going to be very good at the tight end position. Also, Cowboys tight end legend Jason Witten's son, C.J. Witten at linebacker commits to Rice Owls. I'm very excited about that. I actually am hoping to see what this guy can do for the team. I think he's going to be electric. We're going to move on to the Rice Owls soccer girls. They took their first loss of the season against Florida State, which were the champions of last season. So they fall 2-1. Uh, but they Rice Owls girls wins against first time going against Navy though. 2-0. Natalie Gorgie game-winning goal with under 20 minutes remaining in the match. Was able to get past Navy. After that, Leah Chansey had the offense making strides early, with a shot later setting up for Kat Laser's header off of a corner kick. But her shot just went too high to keep things scoreless in the 26th minute. Jules Johnston and Allie Love set up the offense with 2 quick passes to find an open Kaylee McKinney, who drilled the ball to the back of the net to give Rice an early lead 1-0. 3 minutes later, a misplay by Rice on a throw-in allowed Hannah Mulholland from Navy to tie it up. But Natalie Gorgie's game-winning goal is what sealed the deal to make it 2-1 against Navy. So congrats to them. Faith Hutchins was named goalie of the week for Rice Owls. Faith Hutchins played all 180 minutes in goal during the week, earning wins against Texas State and Navy. She had a 1-point goals against average on the week, making 7 saves on 23 shots. Hutchins posted a .778 save percentage on the week. Her efforts in goal gave Rice its first 2-0 start to the season. Since the 2021 season, Hutchins also becomes the first conference player of the week since Bella Kilgore was named CUSA Goalkeeper of the Week on October 31st, 2022. Florida State versus Rice, it was 0-3. Faith Hutchins and the defense were tested early, fending off several shots in the opening minutes from Florida State. The Seminoles rattled off shots once again in the 27th and the 29th minutes, but Hutchins was able to make the saves. FSU struck the first goal of the game shortly after Leah Chansey looked to tie the match up minutes later, but her shot was wide left. The 1-0 score held at halftime. The defense was tested again in the second half, but Hutchins and the team were there to keep the deficit at 1. The Seminoles scored their second goal with under 20 minutes left in the match, with a third coming in 82nd minute. The Owls limited the nation's second highest scoring offense entering the match to 3 goals, averaging 7.5 goals per match. Hutchins made a season high 11 saves in goal, tied for fifth most in a single game in program history. With the loss, Rice is now 2-1 all time, or 0-2 against Florida State. Both matches have been great, while FSU was defending national champion. Now we're gonna move on to the big Call of Duty news. A lot has been happening, so we're gonna hop right into it. Clayster tweeted, with all the news of new orgs joining the CDL, potentially looks like he'll be needing some new contact info to make a few calls. So, is there a possibility we're gonna see Clayster come back? There's a possibility, but I'd rather have him stay as a commentator. I think that's what he should do. It's a toss up to me. I would love to see him play, but I think his time is done. I think Pete can
Mm-hmm.
also agree to that.
Yes.
I think his time is done. Boston Breach said they will still play in Black Ops 6 even with financial issues.
Oh.
So that's pretty
Oh.
interesting. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we're gonna find out. Um, Big news, some drama going on right here. UMG Chris cheated on his. I don't know if I can really say this, but cheated on his
You can. Oof. I would
cheated.
just say, basically, UMG Chris cheated on his his wife with a minor.
Yep. So UMG Chris cheated on his wife with a 16-year-old minor in an Arby's parking lot. Um. Also, UMG Chris is expected to be a father too. So a lot is going on. So I hadn't heard anything else on that just yet. He hasn't said anything that it's a lie or anything like that. So I think it's pretty safe to say that he's guilty.
Exactly.
Um, Breaking news: Scump and Hex are hosting esports awards today. It will be going on all day. So hopefully, I'm hoping Scump wins esports personality award this year. But I also hope Queso wins content creator of the year. I think Queso will win content creator of the year. That man deserves it. If you guys don't know who Queso is, check him out. He's a great content creator. Um, Very fun to watch. So, also, we have Vegas Falcons. They are originally Team Falcons from Saudi Arabia, who basically bought their way into the actual pro Call of Duty League. They jumped. They just basically bought their spot to be with the pros with like Phase and Optic. So think of it this way. This is basically saying, let's just say a college team basically bought themselves to be put in the NFL early and didn't have to
Exactly.
do anything, didn't have to work hard or do anything that everyone else is doing. Um, a lot of people are upset about it because they really didn't do anything. It just shows that, money talks in the Call of Duty League, and a lot of people are not happy about it. Um, so that means Vegas Legion as an organization will no longer exist. Players and staff have been told. Um, how do you guys feel like? How do you feel, Pete, that they took this? Um, how they handled the situation? Do you think they could have handled it better, or do you think they should have denied Falcons the jump go
Um,
and just put them in challengers?
I personally I'm kind of split both ways. One half I'm saying they shouldn't have been able to do it, but they should have had basically a trial run, which they kind of already did
Right.
with the World Cup, and they did, and they did pretty solid. So it's like I kind of agree with it, and and also with the Vegas Legion, they really haven't done anything. They
No,
really haven't done anything. So it's like,
they showed some promises, but then they just fell short,
yeah,
and it was just like, okay, then. Like
yeah,
they could get you hype up in some games, but then all of a sudden it just went downhill.
exactly. So
So also salary cap is coming to COD esports. So we're gonna see multiple teams having a cap salary, being able to pick up players and see where that goes. I think that will be an interesting way that they're gonna do it. I think it's a good way to do it. So we'll see how that goes. Multiple teams have pulled out of the CDL. Carolina Ravens are no longer in the CDL in Vegas Legion. New teams coming possibility is G2, Gentle Mates, and Space Station Gaming. And also the Stallions are possibly joining this league also. Um, we have official free agents right now. Beans from Ravens. Everyone from basically Vegas Legion and Ravens are free agents. So the rookie of the year, Gwyn, is a free agent, which I think is really interesting. Who's going to pick him up because he showed a lot of promise of being a great COD player. Basically, almost every single person from LAG has been let go. Estriel, Fame, and Flames have been let go. Accuracy has been let go from Rocker. Geo, Nero, and Attach, Fellow, and TJ Halley from Ravens and Legion. And Insight from Ultra has been let go.
damn.
So that kind of swings back. There it was rumored, a couple predictions I've seen that Ghosty might be going to Ultra, but I think what's gonna happen, I think 100 Thieves is keeping Ghosty together, and I think Scrap should come over to take somebody's spot in 100 Thieves. I think that'll be a great duo right there, Ghosty. So I'm gonna say this is the last subject I have for our segment, and we'll let our guest up.
Yes.
This is basically the total 2024 tournament earnings of the season. So LA Thieves in Major One, they got ninth out of 12th, $0 in the Major One, Major Two, Major Three they got seventh and eighth, so they won 7,500. Major Four, fifth and sixth they got 15,000. Champs they got fourth, so 160,000. And the Esports World Cup for coming in second, so $320,000. So I want to talk about that because a lot of people have said that Thieves hasn't been progressing that enough.
Yes,
So
they have been.
showing through Major One, you can see that they didn't win anything in Major One, Major Two, and they started going up, and now they took second. They weren't even predicted to even get fourth in champs. That was a great run for them in champs. And then what they did in the esports World Cup was amazing too. Did not no one expected them to even be in second. So the total tournament earnings they had was $502,500. Optic Gaming, no longer Optic Texas, they are Optic Gaming now.
Boo.
2024 season, they took 60,000 in Major One, Major Two, 90,000. We are both. Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yes.
Major Three, they got first place, so $150,000. Major Four, they didn't win anything because that was their like. No one understood what was going on. I still think it was because of Scumpy's wedding, so they just wanted to get out of there and go be with him in Italy. Um, Champs, they win champs though. First place, $800,000, and then they get in the esports World Cup. They took third to fourth to win $160,000. Lost to Phase. Total 2024 tournament earnings was $1,260,000.
True.
Now Atlanta Phase, of course, we gotta
Boo.
go to them, who just had a great year. Uh, Major One, they took second, $90,000. Major Two, first place, $150,000. Major Three, third place, 60,000. Major Four, second place, $90,000. Champs, fifth to sixth, $80,000, and they won the whole thing in the Esports World Cup for first place, $600,000, with a total earning of $1,070,000. Now that is the end of my segment, so
Okay.
it is time to bring our guest
Listen,
up.
I actually forgot to bring up one thing. Then we'll bring up our special guest.
All right, all
Sorry,
right.
guys, but in UFC, how I always do it, I always have my picks. Right now, I'm 15-11. I got Braulio beating Cannonier. I got Tabitha Arichi beating Angela Hill. I got Michael Morales beating Neil Magny. I got Edmund Shabazian beating General Amici, and also I have Wong Kong beating Victoria Leonardo. And guys, wonderful. I'm gonna have you announce our special guest.
All
And let's get
right.
it started.
We're going to bring up our special guest. Give it up, everybody, for the cameraman himself.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Hey.
go.
Yes, sir.
I love the esports, man.
Oh yeah, esports. Like, listen, like we don't just focus on one sport. We talk about every single sport. Like, it's not just one, because like there's certain podcasts out there that literally just focus on one sport, and it's like, how can you focus on one sport when you're a podcast? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Once,
Great
and
job,
I
man.
mean, look at it this way. If I even did a segment on the hot dog eating contest without Joey Chestnut there. I mean, if you count, it counts as a sport, man. It counts as a sport. These guys are training every single time for that big Nathan's hot dog eating contest on 4th of July.
Yeah, I can't believe they're putting a cap on e-gaming. That is awesome, man. That's going to
Yes.
spread out players
Exactly.
around.
Exactly.
It's going to make it fair.
Cameraman, why don't you introduce yourself and basically tell the people who you are and what you do?
I'm the cameraman. We hunt the unknown around Ohio. So if you're into paranormal, Bigfoot,
Yes,
we go
sir.
out looking for it. We get calls for claims. We put out advertisement. People call us and say, "Hey, man, we got some strange stuff going on in our farm, in our house," and we'll go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll look for what they're talking about. We'll look for evidence. We'll go live. We'll stream. We'll make videos to help them out, and that's what we do. We travel all around Ohio. We got a good group of people, man. I mean, some of the best, I believe. We got trackers. We got paranormal. I mean, we cover it all when it comes to finding the unknown.
Okay, that's actually perfect, because I'm not kidding. On a TikTok live yesterday that I was hosting, it was actually around like midnight on 11. Like, we were basically just talking about our like paranormal experiences, and actually the crazy have you ever heard of Bobby Mackey's Music World?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you ever been there?
Never been there. Would love to go. That's just a place that you can't show up at. I wish you could.
And and the sad thing is that it's actually getting torn down.
I forgot all about that.
It's
It is getting torn down.
and it's sad, because personally, in my opinion, it's probably one of the most haunted locations, like in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But what I gotta say, with all that activity and all the harm come to people, why not get rid of it and release that energy?
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
So my first question for you is, where was the most intense or scariest location that you've had to investigate?
Oh man, that's hard, because I got a top 5 and they're all number 1, so I can give you that.
Give me your top 5 then.
Claim 3 is my number 1. It's a landowner. He's got some strange activity going on.
Mhm.
But by his land, there was an Indian mound native to Ohio, and it got wiped out. And
Ooh.
they planted crops there. And there has been a couple deaths on his property. And I'm telling you, what an unnatural, area. I feel for him. But that's number one, claim three. Um, Number two would be a park that we went to. It's West Branch, and we had some activity that made us just drop on the ground. And we carry sidearms out with us, and
Yeah.
we dropped down on the ground, pulled those sidearms because we thought all hell was going to break loose, and we were live. And the camera hit the ground, we all hit the ground, and you can hear just things screaming and things getting thrown and things rushing us, and wasn't no animals, I can tell you that.
Exactly.
And recently we went over to another Ohio park, and we caught on thermal, I don't know what to call it, I'm just going to call it this for now to give you an idea, a portal.
Ooh.
That is
Portal.
awesome.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's it, because how I sent this evidence out to probably 60, 70 people, colleges, and said, give me an answer on what this was. And they don't have a clue, or they don't want to say. I had one professor say, I'm not going to say portal, but what you caught is
That's
along those lines, but he wouldn't say it. And he asked me if I was recording them or the conversation was being recorded. And I told him no, because I'm not going to be dishonest.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, you see this footage, I leave it up to the viewers, but I want the answers.
Because me personally, I believe in the paranormal. There's actually a haunted location. It's probably about not even a minute away from my house.
Mm-hmm.
It basically in the 70s, 60s, it was a boys' school to become a priest. And basically the allegations were that they basically there was a priest that was doing very unfortunate things to his students.
Oh man.
And he was about to get caught, so he basically unalived himself in the basement. And then from there it shut down. Then about in 1987, 1998, they had a haunted house and they had a camera crew. And basically the crazy thing was that every time people would come out, they would ask, hey, who was the best dressed, who's the scariest person there? And basically 95% of them said the priest downstairs in the basement. And the crazy thing is, there was nobody working as a priest downstairs in the basement.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Also on top of that, if you know who John Dillinger is,
yeah, absolutely.
He the prison that he broke out of is about 10 minutes away from my house.
Oh wow.
I'm in okay, I'm basically in Crown Point / Cedar Lake, Indiana.
Okay.
So just we have that spot, and then we have then we have another spot. It's called Gypsy's Graveyard. Basically in the 70s, 80s, basically there was these gypsies living in this one area, and a lot of people thought that they were basically doing witchcraft and basically stealing from the local towns. So they basically went in and basically unalived everybody and burnt the whole place to the ground. And basically I've been there, and let me just tell you, I basically went around probably about a 70, a 75 day it's about 75 degrees. But bro, like when you drive up, it's basically in between like these two houses. And the weird thing is that like you get out of your car and basically you walk in and you automatically feel a temperature drop instantly, and it feels like somebody is watching you the whole entire time.
It probably is, man. You go messing with stuff that you don't understand, you'll open doors you don't want to open.
Oh, I know,
Exactly.
because I was also in a paranormal group in college, so that's why I've investigated Whispers Estates, Ashmore Estates. I've been to a lot of haunted locations.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So
Yeah, I mean, government says, I mean,
oh yeah, we
Yep.
do.
most of the population has had an encounter with one or dozen. We all know aliens exist now. Government
Yes.
says so. You know, they say, hey, they're flying around. We know about it. What else is out there?
Exactly.
You know?
So give us your last three for most haunted locations you've been to.
Ooh, okay, last three would be the Cuyahoga National Forest, Beaver Creek, and Salt Fork.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
man,
a lot of unknown there.
it's crazy. Just
Yeah.
super crazy.
That is.
I mean, Michigan has a lot of haunted
Oh,
locations.
yeah,
I mean,
it does have a lot.
one of the biggest ones is the Nunica Cemetery. A lot of people want to come out here and go investigate it all the time. You see shadow people walking all over the place. You'll hear people talking. You'll hear people having full on conversations, and there's no one there. I mean, it's a crazy location. Um, I would suggest anyone that is in that area to go check it out. It is a creepy place. You always feel like you're being watched. I've been there a few times. Um, there's been times that people have felt like as soon as you open your car door, it feels like someone's gonna just close it on you. Like they don't want you there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and the Bigfoot community is so split, you know, there's people believe in flesh and blood, and other people believe that, you know, these things can come and go as they please. So we, you know, like I said, we go looking for both sides. We're not just, you know, believe in one thing. We want to see it all.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
in chat, if you guys have any questions for our special guest, you're more than welcome to ask, and we will bring it up on the screen for him to read it.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. So, what's the most biggest evidence that you have found?
Yes. What's the best evidence you've ever found?
Man,
EVPs, pictures.
we get peas, but I wouldn't say that's the best. I would say that's common. I believe,
Yeah.
you know, anybody can go out there and get a good EVP.
Exactly.
What we ran into on Thursday, we were out, and man, I've never seen eye shine like I seen it, you know, like eyes reflecting. We take a flashlight and we try to see, you know, if there's deer out there, animals. What we ran into, I can't call an animal. I don't know what to call it, what we've seen, but I could see the silhouette of it bending down, looking, you know. There was another one, looked over. I seen this thing take off running, and I kind of gave chase alongside of it, you know, to see where it was going. That was pretty good evidence. Top has to be that portal.
Really?
Exactly.
Okay, the portal.
Because that is physical evidence. You know it's there. You know, you like I said, I don't know if to call it a portal, but that's the only thing logic in my mind to say, look, what is that? It's happening. We filmed it.
Right.
So that has to be the best top evidence that we've came up with.
Okay. Okay. What's another thing I could ask you? So I know it's kind of getting off topic, but what was what was your responsibility when you used to play with Wonderful in COD? Like, were you more of a flex, AR, or sub?
Yeah, I got the great time with him, man. What man, he was good. He was good. He was fired.
Not the same anymore. I can't do it anymore. But
I try. I'm way out of league. I'm way out of league now. But I don't think that we had a specific role.
Okay.
I think we worked well as a team, and we played a lot back in the day. I mean, man, we put in some hours to be able to compete, and I don't say there was a specific role.
No, for us there really wasn't a role for all of us. It was basically like we all knew what our job was going to be. You would hold down this side, I would hold down this side, or if something was going completely crazy, I'm just running around at that point and just taking people out at that point.
Right.
Okay.
Um
Okay.
during that time, that was that point where, if they saw me running around, we were gonna win. Basically, it was at that point.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. I gotta say, we put in some work.
Yes.
Yeah, so there wasn't basically two of you goes right, two of you go left, and two up the center. We all just knew,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun team to be a part of.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wonderful. You have the next question, actually.
Next question. All right.
I know, like, there's a lot to talk
There
about.
is a lot of questions to ask.
I'm here, man. I'm here. Let's go.
All right.
So, for looking, like, hunting for Bigfoot and other paranormals, what is the most significant evidence you found that shows that Bigfoot is out there?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I mean, obviously, the end goal is to get a nice, clear picture, nice, clear video, and we haven't achieved that yet.
Right.
Okay. Personally, what do you believe in more, Bigfoot, or do you believe more in the paranormal?
Well, we all know paranormal exists.
Yeah. For sure.
There's no debating that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, you could say, well, then you lean more to the paranormal.
Yeah.
But past 3 years that I've been doing this, 3.5 years, 3 years, I have solely made it my goal to chase Bigfoot cryptids, Anyhow.
Right.
Okay.
Have a guy, Empty Paranormal Light, that comes out with me. When I'm doing that, he tries to find, paranormal on the grounds. That could be doing this to these landowners, or just in general, people's sightings or claims that they've seen something. So that's my goal. I can't sway, one way or another. We all know paranormal is.
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, if you had to go to any state to do a investigation, what state would it be and where?
Wow, that is a great question.
Wonderful's backyard.
California, where all the sightings happen.
And
drop me with all the equipment that I would need. My crew, Empty Paranormal Life, and put us out there and give us the rain to go. I guarantee you we would find something.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. There's so much in California to find out there that
there's, oh my gosh, like
Especially when you look at the evidence out there and then go, man, you could pinpoint locations because of the wildfires.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I look at some of the stuff I look at, out there, and I'm going, man, some to drop us off out there.
Exactly.
So I do have another question. Is on the top of your list, where would you put Skinwalker Ranch to go to?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Man, oh man, oh man.
That's a good one. I love that.
I believe everything that goes on at Skinwalker Ranch is there.
Yeah.
I also believe that manifestation is a real thing. I have to be there to put it on a category.
Okay.
Kind of like watching the Browns. Where do you rate the Browns at? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You would want to. I would have to be there in person to witness everything that goes on there, to see it from my own eyes, to go, okay, this isn't embellished. This isn't a drone. This is truly what it is.
Exactly.
Not saying that they're faking anything.
Right.
Just giving my logical answer to that.
Exactly.
Me personally, if I had to investigate anywhere, it would either have to be Salem. Salem, where
Salem would be a good one.
But that is one. But my my ultimate place would probably my ultimate place I would want to investigate. Probably Bobby Mackey's Music World. Hands down.
So that's scary.
Yeah. If I had to choose a place, I have two places I would love to go to.
Sorry to cut this off, but I have some breaking news from Adam Schefter. Duran Bland has a stress fracture and he'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. Cornerback for the Cowboys.
Oh jeez.
Man.
Yep, he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks.
God bless him.
That's another thing that we do on this podcast. Also, we will give out any breaking news that pops up.
Mm-hmm. It says Schefter. Oh my gosh, where'd it go? Oh my gosh. Schefter has said the Cowboys will be without Pro Bowler corner Duran Bland for 6 to 8 weeks because of a stress fracture in his foot and will require surgery. He has reported soreness Wednesday during the final practice.
Oh, that's an upsetment.
And you got hurt during practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a real letdown. Good luck for the Cowboys on that defense now. He's a big part of that defense.
Exactly. And that's a big piece they're losing.
Yeah.
Big piece.
Yeah.
I will, but back to the two places I would want to investigate. One of them is actually I would want to go investigate where the Roanoke colony went. Like what happened to them? Like no one knows what happened. They just completely vanished. I don't fully know where that was exactly, but I know
Virginia.
It was Virginia. Okay.
Virginia.
I want to go there to see like what happened. What can we find out there? Can you get answers out there? Because I don't think anyone's been out there to really check anything. I hadn't heard anything.
I think Zach Bagans and the crew have done an episode on that. I think they have.
Okay. And then obviously the next one would be easily go to the Conjuring House, the real Conjuring House, and I believe it's in Connecticut.
And actually the first house that was part of it. I know Zach Bagans has also done an investigation there.
Yep.
It's actually in Staten Island.
Staten Island. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
Also another location that like I would just like pay. I would basically pay like millions for is probably the I wish it was still up, but they tore it down here. If you know the Demon House.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, they did tear that down, huh?
Yes. Basically, Zach Bagans said that thing was a portal, beyond a portal.
Yep.
Like that's why he tore it down, because he was like, this thing is a portal, and the crazy thing is, I actually went and saw the land. It's really weird, because as you drive in, there's a house, and then you pull up. That's the only empty lot in the whole entire street.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Let me tell you a little story. If you're beyond and you come here from beyond, house ain't gonna hold you in. I mean, you can get rid of that. If they can walk through walls and everything else, a house, you ain't doing nothing but just taking the structure away.
Exactly.
You know, so that thing's roaming around.
Oh yeah,
it's go to the next house.
Bound to the land.
Yeah,
it's unbound. And the crazy thing is, if you guys actually watched Demon House,
I did watch it.
He had he literally had a dream about the main like thing in the house.
Yeah.
So it's like,
didn't he say something like being there messed up his eyesight?
Yes.
Yeah.
He actually almost went permanently blind. That's
Yeah.
why he wears that's why he wears like those really thick glasses now.
Yep.
Because like he literally said he said another 2 centimeters, he would have went completely blind.
Yep.
Wow.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, that goes along with, man, you start messing with things that you don't know and you're not protected.
Exactly. And I think that's the main reason why actually Nick left.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was literally the main, because I remember I think that was the main reason why a Nick Groff left, is because they were about to do the investigation on the Demon House and he left.
Yeah.
Because he did not want to be there.
Yeah. Things can affect you, man. It's
doing
a lot of this. A lot of hunts that we do, man, is taking a toll, and sometimes, man, it can really drain you. It could really mess with your psyche, man.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You know, I tell anybody that goes out and do this, know what you're doing. Be safe while you're out there.
Always be safe, because you never know, something can follow you home. That's for sure. Because Because in my opinion, I think when I did my, I'm not joking, when I did my first investigation at Ashmore, I had a feeling that something followed me back to my dorm. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Because I've had things in my home come back with me and break stuff. And I mean, I can tell you how many times that, to the hospital, after.
Oh, 100%.
Or, have to go directly to the emergency room. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It gets very crazy. So, I guess another question we can jump into.
Yes.
Pete doesn't like him, but being an Ohio native, what is your? And I talked to you about him before with MGK. I felt, if I remember correctly, last time we talked, you knew his uncle, right?
Yeah, MGK grew up in Cleveland. I remember seeing him when he was just a little kid.
Really?
Yeah.
So like, from what can you say? Like, did you expect him to grow this big that he is? Before, when he was little?
No.
Like, no.
No, I mean, nowadays you can get big overnight.
True.
Exactly, especially with all this social media.
Yeah, you could just go to bed and thinking, man, I hope tomorrow night I hit 100 subscribers, wake up and you're like $4 million.
Exactly. And guys, in the chat, if nobody has subscribed to the Wake Up Sports Podcast, guys, hit that subscribe button.
It's one
But
click.
Thumbs up and
It's one
share.
click away.
One
Yeah,
click.
it's free to do, man. It's free
It's
to do.
free to do. It helps us
Free.
more than what you think.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your floor and ceiling for the Cleveland Browns?
Repeat that question. I just lost all thought just thinking Cleveland Browns.
What is your floor and ceiling? Like, what is your floor and what's your ceiling on the Cleveland Browns record?
And being in the toughest division, we're gonna have more wins than the Steelers.
It's so sad that we don't have Dally with us to be able to answer that question.
Yeah, I did send the U-Haul. You know, that I was thinking that was it.
Oh my gosh. Also, I have more breaking news. I guess the NBA and Disney are basically going into a lawsuit because how the NBA signed that deal with Amazon.
Oh.
And that's basically the breach of contract.
Oh, didn't read all the lines, did you?
Who reads lines these days, though?
Yeah, just sign here, man. Just sign here. You know, the check will be in the mail. No, don't read it. Just sign it.
Exactly.
Yep. So
nobody reads the manual.
Yeah. Just take the keys to the car.
You do sometimes.
Yeah, but more wins than the Steelers.
Oof. And also, guys, I just want to give you guys an update. Georgia Tech and Florida State right now, they're in the 2-minute warning of the fourth quarter. It's 21-21. Georgia Tech is at Florida State's 39-yard line.
I do think Georgia Tech's going to make the upset.
Already.
I think it's going to happen.
39-yard line, man.
Mm-hmm. And Florida State is ranked 10. Georgia Tech is ranked. They're unranked. So this will be a big upset if it does happen.
I only want to hear the good news. Just want to hear the good news.
Exactly.
Let's talk about teams that really matter.
The Ohio State. I see how it is. Well, what happened about 3 years ago on a Friday night game? 3 years ago, Friday night game against the Purdue Boilermakers. When
that's in the past, you know, that's in the past, you know, you always look to the future.
True.
Yeah, I'm good for all Ohio teams, man. All Ohio teams, Cincinnati, Cleveland. You know, I'd always root for Cleveland first, but you know.
I got all my Chicago teams, that's for sure.
There you go.
That's for sure.
That is true.
I'll root for Cincinnati to win as long as they're not playing the Browns. So
exactly.
Well, we'll see how they do because they have a lot of injuries too going on, especially in that secondary and that running back room. That running back room is banged up.
They have been plagued.
Literally.
Who put the curse on Cincinnati from Cleveland?
I think it's Joe Mixon leaving.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the mistake by the lake, you know, just the breeze kept blowing.
Yep.
Went south and landed up in Cincinnati there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we still hadn't got your answer for what your predictions, your floor and your ceiling.
For the Cleveland Browns.
Well, if everybody stays healthy, I see them 16, 17, 16, 15 games.
Okay.
Now,
you know, everyone healthy. I can see that everyone healthy.
If everybody's healthy, I can see you guys getting
in a quarterback
10 wins.
That quarterback situation is what's going to be worry.
Mhm.
But if Nick Chubb comes back better than you ever,
I don't.
and everyone
That's
stays
another thing.
healthy,
I don't think he's going to come back fully healthy because he's had injuries in both those knees in the same exact way.
I don't know. He's out here, lifting 800 pounds, squatting. I mean,
I don't know
that's a
anyone that
great
squats
big one.
800 pounds after having didn't he blew out his MCL and ACL?
Yeah, you think the
Yes.
Shocks would just go at
Yes.
200
Listen,
pounds.
we have a upset alert. Florida State and Georgia Tech are tied 21-21. It is
Yes.
3rd down and 1 at the FSU 33, 3rd and 1. So we will see how this game ends for sure. Thanks, boss.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Yes. Thank you, boss.
Shout out
Let's
to
go.
Yep.
Yeah, but if the quarterback doesn't play, we have running backs banged up, and I'm thinking 7, 8 games.
7 wins. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see the lowest you guys get is 7 to 8.
Yeah. Miles
Um,
Garrett, man, beaming him up this year.
Oh, Georgia Tech just got the first down. There's a minute 11 left. They're at FSU's 31. They basically won the game. Damn.
I don't know if they missed the field goal.
But
Going to overtime.
it's basically
Kobe's.
it's
Pressure.
basically going to be a gimme. It's basically going to be a gimme field goal because right now they're at the FSU 31, and Florida State just called their first timeout at a minute 11.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
I see
stalling.
it. Yeah,
Stalling. Burn those timeouts up.
exactly.
Nice kicker.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what are you thinking? I don't think people are going to be teaming up Miles Garrett this year.
They actually might double team a lot.
I think he'll get double teamed still again. I mean, you just can't stop him. One-on-one, you can't stop him.
Exactly.
Fine, man. You double team him this year. You're
Yeah,
your offensive game. That's what I gotta say. Playing the Browns, because man, that line on the other side.
Browns are mid.
Ooh.
That's actually from our host. He's in here. It's just he's muted. He's going through a pretty rough time right now.
Yeah, God bless you.
Browns are mid. You can't be saying Browns are mid. We hadn't seen
Boss,
them play
I can't
yet.
believe you said that.
Yeah, preseasons don't count, man. I say lose all preseason games. Don't show your cards. Put all your 7th and 8th string players in it. If they don't exist, buy them.
Exactly.
Don't get nobody banged up.
Exactly.
I know one thing. I was pretty happy.
No.
Hey,
No.
hey, we didn't need to go that far. I was just more happy that the Bills beat the Steelers.
Man, that should be a parade day.
Exactly. If you beat the Steelers, that's a parade.
That's a parade
Exactly. Hey guys, let's move on to our hot takes and close out the show. So, I'm actually going to throw over the first hot take to our special guest and the cameraman.
Oh, thank you. Hot take.
Any sport. Any sport.
Yep.
Any sports. Ooh. How about any game?
Bet.
There you go.
Any game too.
Actually, this is going to be a question. Can I skip the hot take and throw this question out?
Yeah. Throw it in here.
Call of Duty versus. Ooh, man, I got 2 games in my head. Ooh.
Hot take: Star Wars clears Star Trek.
We got our hot take from our.
Okay, first let me ask you, what's your favorite two Call of Army games?
In general?
Yes. The top 2.
I gotta go back. I gotta go back to Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor was a
Yes! That's literally one of my
solid war
favorites.
game, man.
That's
Okay.
literally one of my favorites.
Okay. Let's split it up. Let's make some games like this. Call of Duty versus the game you just mentioned. Players versus players.
I will say this: if they ever brought back Medal of Honor and made
It'd
it
be
competitive,
Say goodbye to Call of Duty.
I would jump the yacht to go over and play Medal of Honor over Call of Duty.
Battlefield. Yeah. Medal of Honor versus Call of Duty players.
Battlefield. I like that. I like that.
Who is it? Who wins? Call of Duty players or Medal of Honor players fighting against each other?
That's so it's tough because
Come on, man. You just gotta call it. I'll take it.
Exactly.
for my sake of it, it's Call of Duty for me.
So that's your
I will-
biased opinion.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I will say that. I mean, I will always have Medal of Honor in my heart to play.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the maps on Medal of Honor were harder than Call of Duty maps.
They were. They
True.
really were.
True.
So, oh man, that is a tough.
Yeah.
Hey, not all of us are crybabies.
We did have a player on our team that, man.
That's
Pete, what about you?
Me personally, it's if we're going to COD, my favorite COD is probably the OG Modern Warfare 2.
Oh yeah,
OG
there you
go. But Medal of Honor is actually a close second because Medal of Honor was actually like a game that I grew up on, and I loved that game. Like just in general, it was so much fun. Like I remember, I think it was the second or third one when you're on Pearl Harbor.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And and basically like you have to fight off like all those planes before like the ship sank basically.
Hold on. So
Oh,
Apex players beats everyone. Prove you wrong. That actually has been proven wrong by Call of Duty players. Because if we want to go that route, Scump is a Call of Duty player, hands down, and he annihilates any Apex player that he played against.
So Pete, which one you got? Who's better?
I say COD players. I say COD players because I don't play Apex.
Okay.
Okay, that's a question for everybody out there. Put it in the comments below.
Oh my god!
Oh man, can't even spell his name right to start.
Boss, we're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to fight at this point.
Now he's just okay.
Hey, I did try to play Apex though, man, and I couldn't do it.
Apex is just not for me. It really is not.
Same, not
I'm
either.
a COD player, so I got to give it to you. If you play Apex and
what?
Oh man!
Oh my god, boss!
I'm a lost of words at this point.
Same.
I would have been more. Now, if you said Queso over Scump, content wise, I'd give it. I could see Queso over Scump for content. What really made Scump go off the map in general was the whole watch party. Him starting that watch party was the best thing he ever did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But guys, my hot take. Actually, no. Actually, I'm gonna throw it over to Wonderful. So
okay. Let's just. Oh, jeez. You know what? Have they said the time frame of when Nick Chubb comes back yet?
Nothing has been said.
They just said he'll be ready.
They just said he'll be ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you really want him in the first game?
No.
In the first game.
I don't think he's starting the first game.
Oh, actually, listen to this. a quarterback for Georgia Tech just had a fumble and lost 18 yards. So it's 3rd down and 18 with 55 seconds left. Florida State just called their last timeout, and the ball's at the Florida State 49-yard line now. That's huge. That's huge.
What a sack of potatoes that guy is.
Exactly.
You have the biggest chance of your life and you fumbled it. You basically were Kevin on The Office and you spilled the chili everywhere.
Bro, did you just call this man a sack of potatoes?
What's up,
What's up, man?
Oh, that's funny.
My hot take is...
I didn't even do my hot take.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My bad.
All right, hot take. Oh, geez, this is difficult, honestly. But I'm going to say hot take, Bills are going to win their conference.
Oh, my... You mean division?
Yeah, that's what I meant, division. Bills wins the division.
Oh, my God.
See that? Why not?
And
Patriots, Jets.
even with him being injured, I'm going to show some love to our guest. Nick Chubb will come back and break over 1,000 yards rushing. Because we've all seen it. Nick Chubb is just an animal.
Yeah, he is.
Exactly. And guys with 5 seconds left, it's tied, and Georgia Tech is going for the field goal to seal it.
Call timeout. Nice, the kicker.
They have no more timeouts though.
Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. You got the Bills. I'll go with that.
I mean, we don't look too good on wide receiver wise. That's crazy.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, mom's spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti.
I love it.
And guys, we have some breaking news. And first upset of the college football season, Georgia Tech beats Florida State 24-21.
That's crazy.
Good job, man. Good job.
First upset of the season.
You need that clap button.
Exactly.
First upset of the season.
And you heard it here.
21. Georgia Tech beats Florida State, ranked number 10 in the nation. That's crazy. And listen, my prediction was to have about 12 to 15 upsets this year. And there goes already one.
I see it.
There's going to be a lot more.
Yes, there is. I think we're going to see a lot of upsets this year.
Oh,
exactly. Exactly. Upset alert. Georgia Tech beats Florida State 24-21. My hot take is personally South Dakota State beats Oklahoma State at Oklahoma State week 1.
Ooh, that's one heck of a hot take.
Because
that's a good one.
And also, you know what? Give me another Missouri Valley team. Give me North Dakota State beating Colorado. Because a lot of people don't understand how good those two teams are.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's a good one.
My head pop. Wow.
Listen, thanks for coming in. If you want to shout out your page, whatever, or
yeah, come check us out, man, on YouTube. YouTube, the cameraman crew. Check us out, man.
Thank you for coming in.
Hey, if you don't believe, we welcome everybody. If you don't believe, hopefully we find something that will make you change your mind.
Exactly.
We don't push anything. You see what we see. Camera goes first. The camera's not on me. The guys do great work. We really push the limits. And yeah, man, come join us. Come follow us. Love to have you.
Megalodon. I think Megalodon could be out there somewhere. We have not been able to explore all of the ocean just yet. There's got to be.
Yeah.
He's got. I feel like he'd be swimming around in the Marianas Trench.
Right.
Exactly.
What do we need more for money into space? We can't get out of here. We already know aliens.
That's what. That's
so
what
you've done
I'm
your
saying.
job.
Exactly.
Find out what's below.
Exactly. What's the quick question?
What's the quick question, boss? What's the quick question?
He's got to type it out.
Yeah, he's got to type it out.
Yeah, so come check us out, man.
Exactly.
Really appreciate
what
I
days?
hope I can make some more shows, especially when the other guy's on.
What nights are you live the most?
Oh man, see, lately it's been pop-up because from all the storms that went on, we've had some cell towers down. So until they get them all repaired here in Ohio, it's just been pop-ups. But yeah, we put out notifications when we're going to go live when we can, when we is a good.
But here's your question: Yeti or Bigfoot? Which one is more realistic to be found first?
That is a really good question. Yeti is a sort of Bigfoot. That's what I've heard. And they are up in the colder climates, which I can't get to. I say a lot more people are looking for your common Bigfoot.
Okay.
Yeah. But Yeti is a form of Bigfoot, I believe, right?
I would put them in the same category.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
A squatch call.
Yeah, man. Let's do a whoop. Whoop.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. Wait, that just gave me like chills.
I got the neighbor's dogs barking. Here we go.
But thanks for coming in.
Hey, man,
yes.
Thank you for having me.
You want to close out the show by saying all the sponsors, and we'll close it out.
Hey, thank you for everybody watching too. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hitting the subscribe button is free, and these guys are doing a great job taking.
And also, guys, go follow the cameraman also.
Yes, go follow him. What are the best nights that? I guess that was gonna be my last question. What are like the better days that you find better evidence on? Like, are there certain days that you don't find evidence? Like, say you go out on a Thursday night, do you find more evidence on the actual weekend where things are more quiet, or like if it's more loud?
Well, to be honest with you, I have notes here of all the places that we've been and the days. So we kind of follow that calendar. But yes, we've been in areas where they went totally dry, no action. You just get out there, birds chirping and bugs just beeping and nothing, But we always show up on a location, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours beforehand before we go live, just to, I would say, chase the activity or find proof of the activity. And if it's not happening there, we'll call that location dead and jump to another one.
That is awesome.
But also we have a final question from our main host. He's saying that he's been following you for a really long time and he loves your content.
Thank you.
Wonderful. You want to close out the show?
I will close out the show once again. Jack, it was great to see you again. We gotta try to play COD again. See if we still got it together to play.
I don't know if these old thumbs can do it. Have to put some grease on them.
So, but let's close it out. Check out our sponsors. SeatGeek. Use our code WakeUpSports for your first $20 off of your purchase. W Energy. no crash. Use it to focus on if you have papers you got to get done, you have work to do, you're going to go work out, get yourself a tub of
Or even
W
gaming.
Energy. And also Jerky Pro, get yourself one of the best jerkies in the business. Use our code Wake Up Sports Podcast.
Also, one more sponsor that we always forget: Underdog Fantasy, guys. If you guys like to bet on any sporting event or anything, go use our code Wake Up Sports Podcast on Underdog Fantasy.
There he is. What's
there
up?
he is.
What's up? How's it going, guys?
How's it going?
Hey, we need to link up. I've been a fan of yours for a while. I've been following you for a while. We need to link up, do a wake up and cameraman Sasquatch hunt. That'd be
Wow,
cool.
let's
Or
go.
even even
I'm ready.
paranormal. Or even paranormal. I
Yeah.
might be down because I know how
I
to
don't do
it.
paranormal. I'm too skittish.
Well, we always have paranormal on site, so
Yeah.
you know, MT paranormal.
I mean, I'm already scared enough. I got to come on the show with Wonderful all the time. He's a scary looking dude. So
Look
You
at
don't
you,
want to
man.
come find me in a dark alley, I'll tell you what.
Whoa!
Ooh.
But hey,
Man.
thanks for being on the show. You're awesome. Everybody go check out his content. Great guy.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And guys, how we always close out the show. If you don't want to be a casual, and if you want to get great sports content,